welcome to the Boulevard Hull for tonight's penultimate league fixture in the Stones Bit of the League Championship. It's Hull versus St Helens. It's rearranged from perhaps about 4 weeks ago, with Hull being in the semi-final of the Challenge Cup. We're over here in what is known as the Threepenny Stand. A very partisan supporters over here, and I can assure you that there's only us in red and white over here in this section of the ground. Now I'll just go through the teams now for you. St Helens first. Number 1 Beavers, 2 Ledger, 3 Loughlin, 4 Elia, 5 Quirk. Number 6 Mark Bailey gets the number 6 spot tonight. Neil Holding at 7, 8 Burke, 9 Sean Allen. A knee injury to Paul Groves, and Sean Allen has to step up to the number 9 spot. 10 Evans, 11 Farber, 12 Haggerty, 13 Platt, 14 Tanner and 15 John Harrison. Recently signed John Harrison, 6'7" forward, making his first team appearance, albeit all at the substitute, number 15. The Hull team, number 1 Fletcher, 2 Eastwood, 3 Mbaki, 4 Luluai, 5 O'Hara, 6 Pierce, 7 McCaffrey, 8 Carroll, 9 Patrick, 10 Crooks, Steve Crooks that is, 11 Wilby, 12 Sharp, 13 Diverty, 14 Paul Wellham and 15 Alan Tomlinson. Today's match day official is Robin Whitfield. Out the centre field, Andy Platt, the captain for Saints tonight, and James Luluai for the Hull outfit. And it's Saints to kick off. Hull certainly putting it together of late, struggling very much so at the bottom of the first division, but they've come up with an amazing string of runs since Len Casey handed his resignation in here. It's Saints to kick off. Kick deep. A fumble by number 2 Eastwood, I think that is, straight away. Knocks on. Very bad fumble right from the kick-off. So it forces a scrum 5 yards from the Hull line. First chance for Saints to put a bit of attacking together. Neil Holding to feed the scrum. Obviously Saints with a Sean Allen hooking. But the ball goes Saints side. And Les Quirk drops on it. So first scrum of the match going to the Saints. They quickly spread it right. Mark Bailey, but he loses it. He manages to drop on it, so it forces another scrum. So Saints with the initial pressure, a chance of putting pressure on the Hull outfit from the kick-off. But Mark Bailey loses the ball just in the Hull 25. It's Hull head and ball. Hull come up with it. Tidy up on the scrums, one apiece now. Hull moving it to the left. Gary Diverty tries to spread it out. On to number 11 there, Tim Wilby. Play anywhere Wilby. He's in the pack tonight. I know he's been in the centre and all over the place. I think he played on the wing over at St Helens earlier on in the season. But it's Hull still in possession. 10 yards outside their own 25. Driving upfield, Andy Platt and Sean Allen. Quickly in there, forcing back. Solid tackling from the Saints. Forcing back. But it's Sean Patrick at dummy half, and Hull move it to the left. The kick upfield by Gary Pearce. Sun in the Saints' eyes. Beavers takes the ball, but he also takes the tackle. He's brought down 10 yards short of the halfway line. And Hull penalised for an infringement at the play of the ball. So the first penalty of the game going Saints' way. Well kicked upfield, finds touch on the Hull 25. Sean Allen to restart. Quickly plays it back to Stuart Evans. On to Tony Burke, coming from deep, drives forward. Solid tackling, Burke still stood up, finally brought to ground, 10 yards from the Hull 25. Sean Allen, loop movement with Holding, but he feeds it inside to Paul Farber, on to Roy Haggerty. Ducks under one tackle, drives forward Haggerty. Always up and about there, very alert forward Roy Haggerty. But Hull penalised, moving up too quickly, number 6 Gary Pearce. The referee Whitfield keeping a tight rein on this Hull outfit. A chance of points on the board for Saints. with the penalty going for offside. Paul Loughlin has a chance to go for goal. David Tanner, Saints' other goal kicker, coming on as Sandman. Paul Loughlin, Saints' leading goal scorer with 94 goals. David Tanner, the other goal scorer, signed early season from Fylde Rugby Union. He's kicked 41 goals. Certainly very handy to have an abundance of goal kickers. Plenty of barracking, as you can hear from this partisan crowd, but sure it won't put Loughlin off. Well, he takes it to the left of the sticks. No score. Just 4 minutes gone, and no score. The first chance of points there from Paul Loughlin. So Hull restarts with a 25-yard dropout. Kicked over to Saints' right wing. Barry Ledger gathers it safely. Comes crossfield. Had a good game against Leeds on Sunday, Ledger. He was certainly looking for work. He was all over the pitch. But it's Saints in possession, in their own half. Stuart Evans coming from deep. 17.5 stone of Welsh bully beef there coming through. Roy Haggerty tries to duck under one, spreading it to the right, but he takes the tackle. Gary Diverty well in there. For Hull, Sean Allen, Neil Holding, on to Tony Burke. Solid tackling from Hull, moving up there. Diverty again, with the ball going loose. Referee Whitfield indicating a knock-on, so it's going to be a scrum down with a Hull feed, Hull head and ball, with Paul McCaffrey to feed, 10 yards inside the Saints half. The ball going loose out to the back of the scrum. Andy Platt out like nobody's business. He gathers that ball. McCaffrey didn't know where it was, but referee Whitfield not happy with the scrum. Orders it to be reformed. Hull get the ball this time. Change of direction. Bring it over to the Hull right wing. Hussein Umbaki at dummy half. Coming blindside, going on his own. Solid tackling from Neil Holding. Mark Elia in assistance. Sean Patrick at dummy half. So moving it to the left. Moving it quickly, trying to break through. Roy Haggerty charges it down. Picks the ball up and hers away, but he knows that he's going to be brought back by referee Whitfield. But Saints are penalised for throwing the ball away. Referee Whitfield indicating that Roy Haggerty, instead of bringing the ball back, is penalising for throwing it away. Gary Pearce to step up, gain further yardage for Hull, but he slices his kick. It comes infield, whereas Hull should have been making ground upfield. The ball's now with Barry Ledger for Saints. He beats two tackles, he's striding through. Brought down just outside the 25. Good run from Ledger there. Saints moving it to the left. Tony Burke. Couple of forward drives for Saints, and then they'll try and spread it out to the back division. Stuart Evans now coming through. Second on Evans, still going. Sean Patrick. Well, they can't bring him down. Finally dumped to ground there. Gary Pearce round the top. Sean Patrick round the legs. The ball back to Paul Loughlin for the kick up field. Paul Eastwood getting back this time with Paul Fletcher. Paul Fletcher signed from Salford earlier on in the season, and a very good full-back, a very versatile character, this Paul Fletcher. But the ball going dead from that Loughlin kick up field. So Hull restart with a 25-yard tap. Paul Farber and Stuart Evans quickly in there to effect the tackle. But Hull bring it over to the right wing. Knock on there, number 10, I think that is Stevie Crooks. Yes, it was number 10. But I think Stevie Crooks is playing at 8. I'm certain that's not Crooks at 10. But Saints win the ball from the scrum. Andy Platt now, Saints international packman, trying to get the backs going crossfield. Solid Hull tackling, bring him down. Saints bring it to the left. Neil Holding grubbers for touch and finds touch about 10 yards from the Hull line. Must excuse a lot of posts obscuring your vision, but it's just holding this strip me stand up with the regulations and all this fire hazards and that. They've had to prop it up. I hope it won't spoil your viewing, so to speak. Hull win the ball from that scrum. Move it quickly to the left. Number 11 there is Tim Wilby going crossfield. Patrick at dummy half. Saints penalised for lying up at the play of the ball. Pearce kicks for touch, finds touch just about 5 yards inside the Saints half. Patrick to restart as the usual hookers roll. Steve Crooks first man in. Hull now bringing the ball to the left. It's Carroll there, but he loses the ball. Andy Platt quickly picks it up. Quick hands onto Neil Holding. Goes in field, it's past two. Hussein Mbaki is chasing him. He puts the pass out Holding, but the Hull man, that's John Carroll, moving up very quickly. Getting on that loose ball. Hussein Mbaki forcing Neil Holding into an error. It's Hull in possession in the Saints 25. There's nearly 10 minutes of the game gone and there's no score so far. James Luluai, one of the many New Zealand test players that have graced this boulevard ground. But it's Hull still in possession. 20 yards from the Saints line. Spreading it to the right. McCaffrey onto Carroll, short ball there, onto Wilby. Yes, he ghosts in, past Phil Beavers, and he touches down under the sticks. Plan moved there from Hull. Spread it quickly, and the short ball from prop forward John Carroll, playing at number 10, onto Tim Wilby, and he just sidestepped past Phil Beavers and touchdown right behind the sticks. Well, just 10 minutes gone there. Plan moved there from Hull, as I've just said. Virtually watched that on the replay. Hull moving it quickly to the right. And a short ball, and it's paid dividends. So Pearce there steps up, converts that Wilby try. So Hull take an early lead after just 10 minutes. That Wilby try converted by Pearce. 6-0 now to Hull. Well, they're certainly on a crest of a wave, Hull. They've won about the last 4 games, suffering a bad season to the end, but with good victories over Halifax at home, Wigan at home, Hull KR away in the local derby, and then the Leeds at home the other week. They certainly coming to the fore. They've moved up the table, the championship table, and looking for a top 8 position. They certainly avoided relegation. It certainly looks as though it's Swinton, Hunslet and Lee for the big drop. For a loose ball there. Referee Whitfield looking to his touch judges for some guidance. But from the far side, touch judge has indicated that a Saints player has snatched the ball out of the Hull player's hands. Referee Whitfield awards the penalty to Hull. Just tidying up on the penalties, 3-2 at present. Brings them up to the halfway line. Sean Patrick on to Steve Crooks, first man in. Steve Crooks there, definitely at number 8. Patrick going from dummy half on his own. Sean Allen and Mark Elia bring him down. Hull moving it quickly to the left. John Carroll looking to feed onto Wilby, but he holds onto the ball. No way through for him. Paul Farber effects the tackle, but it's Hull quickly moving it to the left. McCaffrey kicking crossfield, trying to find touch. Barry Ledger picks the ball up, but there's an infringement. I just can't make it out over there. But an infringement, it's scrum down being ruled, I think, by referee Whitfield, and it looks as though he's going to the dugout. So obviously on the linesman's intervention, referee Whitfield. Well, we know all about referee Whitfield, but he's gone to the Saints dugout. Obviously had a word with Saints maestro Alex Murphy, and now we're resuming play. 10 yards from the Saints line. It's a scrum down with Hull head and ball. The ball going with the feed. Quickly moving it to the right. James Boulawai feeds back to Hussein Mbaki, but Mark Bailey quickly in there, brings Mbaki down. Played with Fulham originally, Mbaki, and then on with the Oldham outfit. It's Gary Pearce now. Bobbing and weaving through, brought down centre field. 3-man tackle. Finally bring him down. He's a versatile character, you've got to watch him. Knock on at the play the ball, all on being rude. Well, the knock on, that certainly looked like. But Hull still in possession. On to Steve Crooks. Solid forward this Crooks, but he runs into Andy Platt and Tony Burke. Hull move it left, Luke moves with McCaffrey. Flicks it back inside. All on rude again. On to John Carroll. Neil Oldham brings him down. The tackle count's waved off. Must have touched the Saints player in that movement. So Hull, 10 yards from the Saints line, another 6 tackles to make it count. McCaffrey, inside to Pearce. Going to the line, brought down 5 yards short now. Saints have to soak up some pressure here. 14 minutes gone, 6 points to nil for Hull. But the ball knocked forward by Hull player. Saints pick it upfield. I think that's Fletcher linking up with the back division. As I said before, versatile character is Fletcher, but Saints are penalised for holding down at the play of the ball. As ruled by referee Whitfield right in front of the stick, so I would imagine Gary Pearce will step up and extend Hull's lead while it's right in front of the posts. Welsh ex-rugby union back, this Gary Pearce. Just over 10 yards out and just to the right of the posts. Hull awarded the penalty for an infringement. I think it was against Paul Farber for allegedly holding down in the tackle. The Saints are going to be struggling for runners-up position after being tipped to win the championship. They're struggling with losing the last 3 games, but from that penalty conversion it comes back off the upright. Hull managed to get possession. So it's Hull still on the attack. Patrick going from dummy half. Steve Crooks bringing it to the left. Gary Devorty. Brought down 5 yards short of the Saints try line. Sean Patrick inside again to Steve Crooks. Makes a dive for the line, but Paul Farber and Phil Beavers bring him down. John Carroll now in possession. Swings it back to Gary Devorty. Heading for the line. Solid tackling from the Saints. Keep him out this time. Phil Beavers and Paul Farber. It's the last tackle indicated by referee Whitfield of this set of 6. McCaffrey grubbers through. Ledger takes it. Tries to keep it in field. Just manages to wriggle over the line. So Saints still in possession. On the last tackle, McCaffrey going through. The far side touch judge is on for an infringement. Barry Ledger looks as though he was impeded in his efforts to play the ball. He's coming on reporting to referee Whitfield. The penalty going the Saints' way. So I don't know whether he's spoken to anybody. I can't say as he has, but Barry Ledger there being roughed up in the tackle. Saints kick for further yardage. Fine touch on the 25. Sean Allen to restart. First man in, Roy Haggerty. Takes it to blind side but spreads it out. But loose ball. Hull come up with possession. Saints just a bit at 6s and 7s. Hull in possession and in the 25. Paul Farber being spoken to by referee Whitfield. So Hull cleaning up on the penalties at present in this first half. 5-3. Another kickable position for Gary Pearce. As I was just saying before, Saints struggling for this runners-up position. They certainly need maximum points from this fixture and the home fixture against Swinton on Sunday. He was being tipped for the championship, but losing the last 3 matches to disasters over the Easter period, going down to Wigan at home and then Widnes away, and Widnes now winning at Hull, Hunslet I should say, beating Hunslet out of sight last Sunday, clinched the championship with 40 points. Saints just on 32, they're in 3rd position. Pearce comes up. Yes, no problem for him this time. And Gary Pearce with a penalty goal extends Hull lead to 8 points to 0. But Wigan did Saints a favour beating Bradford last Sunday. But Bradford, they just one match to play. Wigan can have 2 matches to play. They, of course, can get a maximum of 36 points. So it's up to Saints to see if they can come away with the 2 points tonight. Hull spreading it quickly over to Dane O'Hara. Kiwi left-wing partnership there, O'Hara and James Luluai. Hull spreading it quickly to the right now. Short ball meant for Fletcher, but it goes back loose. The Hull man tidies up, and Quirk and Elia clean up. Hussein Mbaki now. Barber and Burke finally bring him to a halt. Mark Elia also there in support. Sean Patrick at dummy half. Hull moving it to the left, over to Pearce. Little chip kick through. Barry Ledger stops it with his foot. Finally gets it. Goes through and just brought down 5 yards inside the Hull half. Nearly halfway through this first half, and Hull with an 8 points to 0 lead. Tony Burke coming through there from deep. Solid tackling from Patrick and Wilby. But Hull penalised. Gary Pearce again lying up at the play of the ball. At least referee Whitfield spotting him today. We had John MacDonald against Leeds on Sunday. We didn't have one penalty during the game for an offside decision, and Ray Ashton was lining up in our back line. James Luluai coming over, being spoken to by referee Whitfield. He's pointing to the tunnel, so obviously an infringement. He's told him if we have any more of that, and you're off in the sin bin. But it's Neil Holding, kicks upfield, finds touch 10 yards inside the Hull 25. Sean Allen to restart, takes it right to Neil Holding, on to Mark Elia, on to Farber. Did well to take that ball, Farber. Hull moving up very quickly, and a lofted pass off Mark Elia. Elia at dummy half, takes it right to Andy Platt, straightens up, drives forward. Hull tattlers come in. Stop Andy Platt. Haggerty now, off 1 foot, looking to turn round. Tries to flick it on to Sean Allen, but he has to take the tackle, Roy. Saints moving it left. Neil Holding, lofted pass to Mark Bailey. Has to come in field, still going Mark Bailey. Andy Platt on his right, but Sean Patrick completes the tackle. Saints play it blindside. Neil Holding, change of direction inside to Paul Farber. Sean Allen attacked in half-back. Last tackle for Saints. Saints moving to the right. Andy Platt, quick ball. Neil Holding, lofts it over. Still going. Paul Loughlin. Well, they tackle him, it's the changeover. I think he's indicated the last tackle. Well, that ball must have hit a Hull man. So Saints with another 6 tackles to make it count. Short ball onto Beavers, linking up. Going for the line, brought down, 5 yards short. Saints with the tails up. Andy Platt, inside ball to Stuart Evans. Flicks it back to Sean Allen. Sidesteps Allen and going forward. Brought down, yeah, just a couple of yards short. Another 4 tackles for Saints to make it count. Stuart Evans at dummy half. Quickly right, Beavers, Andy Platt. Yes, he touches down to the right of the sticks. 21 minutes gone. And Saints back with points on the board. Andy Platt there going over for his 8th try of the season. And that brings the score back to 8 points to 4 for Hull, with a conversion for Paul Loughlin about 10-15 yards out, but just to the right of the posts. So the score 8 points to 4 at present. Andy Platt's 7th try of the season. He's already booked on the tour squad, along with Paul Loughlin and Paul Groves. Unfortunately, Paul Groves out tonight with a knee injury. Well, Loughlin now, Saints leading goal scorer with 94 goals. Just to the right of the post, shouldn't have any problem with this conversion tonight. Yes, no problem for Loughlin, and that reduces the deficit to 8 points to 6. Gary Pearce to kick off from the centre spot, with Saints just getting the 6 points there. Paul Loughlin kicking his 95th goal of the season. Saints back in the hunt at 8 points to 6. Tries to score a Platt, takes the ball, pushes one, Hull tackle off and drives forward. Valuable 20-yard run from Andy Platt. Evans driving up, it goes off his knee, it goes to ground. Sean Patrick comes up with the ball, but a knock-on being ruled by referee Whitfield. Hull tidying up on the scrums at 4-2. Saints standing hooker Sean Allen, but we win one against the head though. Well done, Sean Allen. Saints quickly move it to the right. Roy Haggerty now. Second on Haggerty. Always takes 2 and 3 men and tries to flick that ball out. He couldn't this time, he was well bottled up. But Evans coming onto a lovely short ball there from Neil Holding. Takes some pulling down in full flight, Stuart Evans. Saints moving it to the right. Saints in possession midway between the Hull 25 and the halfway. Beavers linking up, short ball to Loughlin. Over here on the left, got an awkward ball there to Les Quirk. He had to stretch forward for it as Loughlin passed out as the tackle was effected. But it's a scrum down, 10 yards inside the Hull half. It's McCaffrey to feed for Hull. He quickly feeds it. Hull come up with the ball. Saints tacklers quickly round. Sean Allen quickly from the scrum with Tony Burke. On to number 12 for Hull, John Sharp. Comes in with a shoulder, but Andy Platt and Paul Farber bounce him to the ground. McCaffrey at dummy half. On to Steve Crooks. Shoulder in, looking to turn round and release the ball. He can't this time. John Carroll manages to get it back to McCaffrey, but Mark Bailey, I think that is, moves up very quickly and puts down McCaffrey. The ball to Gary Pearce for the kick up field. Phil Beavers well positioned, takes it well. Phil Beavers sits Australian full-back. I believe he has signed a new 3-year contract last Wednesday. But Hussein Mbaki, they were penalised for lying on Phil Beavers, impeding him in his efforts to play the ball. Saints awarded the penalty. Neil Holding quickly gets the ball, kicks upfield, finds touch on the Hull 25. Sean Allen just getting used to quickly moving up with taking the hooker's role. He's very involved in and around the play the ball. Tony Burke now in possession. Sean Allen again. Stuart Evans coming on from that short ball from Neil Holding. Evans looking to release. Solid tackling from Hull. 3-4 man tattlers in there. Sean Patrick, one of them. Sean Allen again. Saints spreading it to the right. Luke moving with Holding and Bailey. Forced back. Tim Wilby moving in very quickly. Forced Neil Holding back there. Mark Elliott attacking half-back. From the acting half-back, driving towards the Hull line. 10 yards short. Saints still in possession. Neil Holding. Lofted ball. Well taken by Mark Bailey. Has to dummy infield. Still going Mark Bailey. Line at his mercy. Beavers with him. Beavers touches down. Yes, Saints in for another try. 26 minutes of the first half. Saints take the lead for the first time in this match. Beavers touches down to the right of the post. Phil Beavers going in, his 11th try of the season. Saints being awarded a penalty here for Mbaki fouling Phil Beavers. And from the kick-up field, Saints quickly spreading it to the right. They certainly made it count. They went in there, and Phil Beavers linking up as ever. Always very lively, linking up with the back division Beavers. He goes in for his 11th try of the season, puts Saints in the lead by 10 points to 8 at present, with Paul Loughlin looking to convert this effort. 15 yards out to the left of the post this time. Yes, no problem this time for Loughlin. So Loughlin slots that goal over. His 96th goal of the season, and takes Saints into a 12 points to 8 lead, and 28 minutes of the first half gone. So Saints, as I said before, they certainly need all these league points. They're currently in third position, played 24, won 16, 8 losses, 600 points for, 325 against, a tremendous points difference for and against, 32 points in the league and in third position, whereas Hull, they've come up the table. They've come up the table a bit now. They've played 24, just winning 11, 13 losses, 3-4, 7-4, 5-4, 4 against, 22 points, and they're in 10th position. As Hull kick off, the ball being knocked into touch. A Saints player, Hull come up with the ball, but it's loose there on the floor. Hull had the possession. It was in Saints 25. They tried to spread it quickly. A knock-on being ruled. It's going to be Saints head and ball with Hull knocking on. The scrum down on the Saints 25. Saints come up with the ball. 6-4 now, scrum possession for Hull. Saints take it blindside. Well, I thought Neil Holding was taking it blindside, but he dummied and then fed it inside to Roy Haggerty, who's now in possession. Sean Allen at acting half-back. Saints move it to the left. Tony Burke coming in after a short ball from Neil Holding. He manages to get the ball away. The tackle wasn't completed. Andy Platt in space. Bailey on his right. Quirk coming in field. Runs into Mbaki. I bet Mbaki felt that. Quirk quickly plays it to Mark Elia. Feeds inside to Les Quirk again. On to Mark Bailey. Saints keeping it alive. Hull tackling looking a bit ragged. The Saints moving up very quickly. Quickly moved 50 yards upfield there. Beavers up with the backs. Feeds it inside to Neil Holding. Out to Phil Beavers again. Lofted pass to Farber. Beats one. Evans does well. Takes it well. Still going Evans. The ball's flicked out. All on Rude. But Farber tried to come in and get it. Hull come up with the ball. McCaffrey. But it's Hull spreading it to the left. Unlucky there, Saints, really putting it together. Plenty of hands. The ball going through plenty of hands, but just wrenched out of the Saints player's hands. He just couldn't capitalise on the loose ball. But it's Hull in possession. Brought down just short of the halfway. 5 yards short of halfway line. Sean Patrick, I think it is, attacked in half-back. Hull moving it. John Carroll. Lofted pass. Elia intercepts. Well, nobody's going to catch Elia there. Going in at the left corner. 5 yards in field. Interception try there from Mark Elia. Brilliant play from this international Kiwi centre. He saw the pass from John Carroll. A lofted pass. Hull in possession and trying to pass it out to the right wing. Elia just tips it up. He caught the ball. He goes over for his 17th try of the season. He's Saints' leading try scorer. Les Quirk was the Saints' leading try scorer, but had a lengthy spell off. 6 or 7 weeks out with a cartilage operation. But Mark Elia there, he certainly showed his class, his international class. Not had the best of form in recent weeks. But he showed it there, he just touched it up, caught the ball and hurled over and touched down 10 yards in from the left-hand touch line as we're viewing now. John Harrison there, coming at a substitute for Saints. He's just come on as Sandman for Paul Loughlin. So Saints extending the lead to 16 points to 8. Loughlin comes in field. No, he can't convert that goal. Brings it to the left of the upright. But it's 16 points to 8 in Saints' favour. Saints hitting back after being 8 points to 0 down after 20 minutes. They've come back in good style. In the last 12 minutes, they've scored 16 points. They're now in the lead at 16 points to 8. Well, we played Hull already twice in the in this season's campaign. We've played them in the third round of the Players' Trophy at Nosey Road. We just run out winners there, 20 points to 16. Hull coming back with a late revival. But earlier on in the season, that was a fixture which had to be rearranged for the Wednesday night at Nosey Road, and Saints running out winners. I think it was Hull's worst defeat, 64 points to 2. The Saints are in possession. They're also in the lead by 16 points to 8. There's 8 minutes of this first half remaining. The ball coming back to Paul Loughlin for the kick upfield. Hefty kick. It's going to go into touch, yes, it bounces and goes into touch on the 25. So as I was saying before, Hull are going down by 64 points to 2. Their only points of the game just came from one penalty goal, a Hick penalty goal. That was in the 17th minute of the first half. They're looking to avenge that defeat at Nosey Road. They're not going about it so well. They're trailing 16 points to 8 at present. They come up with the ball from that scrum. Mark Bailey moving in quickly on his opposite number, Gary Pearce, and bringing him down. But it's Saints now putting their act together a bit after a shaky first 20 minutes. That's Patrick coming away from the acting half-back position. Paul Farber bangs him down. Super tackle from Farber. Saints up and coming forwards. John Carroll spreads a good ball out there to Fletcher, the full-back. John Carroll, he looks like a good ball player. He flicks a good ball out there to Fletcher, but it's Hull on the attack. Moving it upfield, loose ball, flick back up. Hull still in possession. John Carroll again now. Prop forward for Hull. Supporters here looking for a touch off the Saints, looking for referee Whitfield to wave another 6 tackles on. But Steve Crooks there, short ball onto Gary Pearce. He kicks out at the tackle there. Should have been a penalty to Saints, that. So Hull kick towards touch. Les Quirk keeps it in field, does well. Right knee heavily strapped up, Les Quirk, but he looks quite speedy this evening from his touches down here. Saints in possession in their own 25. Tony Burke has to take the tackle there. Tim Wilby and Sean Patrick. Quick play the ball on the blind side. Roy Haggerty blind side onto Les Quirk. Runs right into Paul Eastwood and Hussein Mbaki. Mark Elia takes the acting half-back position. Hull moving up very quickly. Andy Platt. Short ball from Neil Holding. Saw the Hull defence coming up very quickly. It was number 12, John Sharp, moving up very quickly, and a pinpoint pass from Holding, who's now in possession. He Grubbers crossfield. But the ball, well, Dane O'Hara just getting a hand to it, but he couldn't keep it in the field of play.
Latest score, Hull Kingston Rovers 5, Hunslet 8.
Well, a big cheer as you just heard. Hunslet getting the better of Hull KR at Ellen Road. But Neil Holding, a siding crossfield. Grubber finds touch on the Hull 25. But it must have touched Dane O'Hara because it's Saints head and ball. It's Neil Holding to feed. Scrum comes Saints side. The loop movement, the dummy movement from the base of the scrum with Andy Platt and Neil Holding. Well, the temper's getting a little frayed. Centre field away from the play the ball. I was looking to Andy Platt to play the ball, but all the action 10 yards back. Referee Whitfield just bringing players out. Just can't see who is in the thick of it. But obviously you can expect some rather choice language from the partisan crowd on the Tripney stand side. But it's Sean Patrick, I think, the hooker that's been spoken to by referee Whitfield. Play is going to restart from the Hull 25. Saints still in possession. Patrick being spoken to now. Stuart Evans being spoken to by referee Whitfield. Obviously a little temper's getting a little frayed and a little fracas ensuing. And a penalty being awarded to St Helens. Obviously the disapproval of the Boulevard crowd. I was presuming play was going to take place from the 25 where Andy Platt was waiting with the ball to resume play. But Saints awarded a penalty 10 yards further back into the field of play. Paul Laughlin's going to have a go for goal. Just 4 minutes remaining in this first half, and Saints in the lead by 16 points to 8. And if you'd awarded a penalty any with him within kicking distance, well, you're going to have a go at it. Laughlin now 35 yards out, just to the right of the posts. He fails with the kick, but the Hull player goes dead with the ball, so Hull are going to be forced to drop out from in between their own sticks. A good distance kick from Laughlin. It wasn't on target, but the Hull man thought he could catch it. He couldn't, he went dead with the ball, so it puts Saints back on the attack, hopefully. Barry Ledger takes it, comes in field. brought down on the 25. Saints on the attack now. Another 6 tackles to make it count. 2 minutes of this first half remaining. Haggerty flicks it inside to Loughlin, coming through at pace. What solid tackling there. Steve Crooks and Sean Patrick finally bring him to ground. Sean Allen. Loop movement with Platt and holding. Platt in possession. Still going forward, Andy Platt. Well, Hull penalised at the play of the ball. It looks like Sean Patrick. I just can't make out. But it's an infringement. It's a penalty for Saints. Oh, Steve Crooks, I think. Yeah, Steve Crooks, number 8 forward. Obviously interfering at the play of the ball. The Saints awarded another penalty. I think that just puts Saints in front 7-5 on the penalty count. It's on the Hull 25 to the left of the posts this time as we're looking to quick penalties in succession for the Saints. They're still in the lead by 16 points to 8. Referee Whitfield right on the job. We're certainly keeping control of both teams, but obviously if the penalties go against your team, you don't like it. Plenty of whistling and barracking. Loughlin steps up, takes it to the right of the post this time, no goal, but Hull, they have to kick out, they have to drop out on the 25. So Saints will retain position and possession. Gary Pearce to drop out. Tactical kick for Pearce, but he kicks it upfield. Corber takes it, turns round, drives forward, comes over to the right wing. Eastwood going in there a little enthusiastically with the knees right in front of us, but the touch judge remains unmoved. Well, he's in again with the knees, and 2 tackles in quick succession, but it's not getting any favours off this touch judge with the yellow flag here. Saints in possession, Platt bursting through, over to the right wing, flicks it inside. Saints still in possession, gaining yardage there, but in the 40th minute, just had a little stoppage in time while referee Whitfield went and spoke to Alex Murphy. But it can't be far before the half-time hooter goes. Sean Allen attacked in half-back. Roy Haggerty plays the ball. Saints moving to the left. Loughlin into space. Out to Mark Elia. Well, a trip there. And Barkey coming in field and tripping him. It's the last tackle out. Be an up and under for Saints, I would imagine. Neil Holding across field, up and under. All on. Barry Ledger for the chase. The ball's loose. But Hull, it went behind the line and the Hull player kicked it into touch. Well, there's a half-time hooter. It's just a pity that Barry Ledger just couldn't have capitalised on that loose ball. Neil Holding high up and under. Dane O'Hara couldn't get it. And Barry Ledger racing in, but the ball being kicked into touch. So the half-time score here at the Boulevard is 16 points to the Saints, 8 points to Hull. Back with you now at the Boulevard. Saints going in leading at half-time, 16 points to 8. 3 tries from Andy Platt, Phil Beavers, Mark Elia, 2 Paul Loughlin goals. Unfortunately, if it had been on target, I think he's missed with about 4. But that's how it goes. No substitutions for Saints in the first half. But Hull have made a substitution at half-time. I think it's number 15, Tomlinson. He's on the field. Yes, just giving it out now on the PA system. Well, yes, so John Carroll, number 10 forward, being substituted by number 15, Alan Tomlinson. Hull to restart. Barry Ledger gathers the ball, Saints take it infield. Hull moving up very quickly. Obviously the Hull coaching staff will be having a strict talk with the team during the half-time interval. But Saints still in possession. They're in their own 25. Sean Allen feeds it on to Stuart Evans coming from deep. Alan Tomlinson quickly in there. One of the tacklers for Hull, along with Sean Patrick and John Sharp. The ball coming back to Paul Loughlin. Over to Beavers for the kick upfield. Hefty kick from Beavers. Paul Eastwood takes it on the right wing for Hull. He's brought down 10 yards inside into the Saints half. Hussein Mbaki at dummy half. Diagonal crossfield run, but he runs right into Stuart Evans and Paul Farber. Not a very pleasant thing, that is it, but that's Mbaki's fault. But it's Hull still in possession. Driving towards the Saints 25. Going to spread it to the left now. McCaffrey. On to Tim Wilby. Saints moving up very quickly. Tony Burke and Sean Allen very quick up. On to Steve Crooks now. Ball coming back. Solid tackling from Saints. The last tackle of this set of 6 for Hull. McCaffrey running it. On to number 4, James Luluai, but McCaffrey gets Luluai bottled up. It's the first changeover of the match. Andy Platt coming away with it. 2 minutes into the second half. The score still 16 points to 8. Stuart Evans now. Well, Patrick going in very enthusiastically there with the tackle, along with Alan Tomlinson. Short ball onto Tony Burke. Hull moving up very quickly. They've got to tighten up the defence, Hull, and not allow Saints any more points. But Saints will be looking for the gaps in the defence. Roy Haggerty there, off 1 foot, looking to turn round and feed out. As I said before, Haggerty looks to take 2 and 3 men out of the game and then release the ball. But Phil Beavers kicks upfield. Paul Fletcher takes it at pace, coming over to the right wing. Solid tackling from Saints, but he eludes it somehow. Hull keep the ball going, and Phil Beavers finally completes the tackle. Good lad, this Fletcher, versatile character. I know when Saints have played Salford, when he played for Salford, he certainly tore holes in the Saints defence. But it's Hull in possession. Sean Patrick at dummy half, feeding it to the right. Penalty there to Hull, the first penalty of the second half. Going Hull's way. Infringement at the play of the ball. Going in with a shoulder indicated by referee Whitfield. He speaks to Paul Farber in the presence of Andy Platt. Well, he's tapping his head there. I don't know whether he's accusing him of going in with the head, but he has spoken to Paul Farber in presence of Captain Andy Platt. Hull are awarded the penalty, the first penalty of the second half. And it's Gary Pearce just to the left of the posts, about 30 yards out from the sticks. The ball falls over. Referee Whitfield allows Gary Pearce to replace the ball into a kicking position. Pearce lining up now, trying to reduce the deficit, trailing by 16 points to 8, but he pulls it to the left. Not been a very successful night for the kickers, but Hull are going to regain possession. Saints forced to drop out from the 25. 5 minutes of the second half gone. 16 points to 8. Phil Beavers drops out from the 25. James Luluai takes it well, goes crossfield, runs into Tony Burke and Andy Platt, unceremoniously dumped to the ground. Solid tackling from the Saints. Steve Crooks trying to batter his way through. Drop forward to Saints. Burke and Evans quickly in. Tomlinson now, obviously a firm favourite with the crowd here, being cheered on. But Hull not making any inroads into the Saints ranks at present. Trying to flick the ball up, trying to keep it going, but Solid Saints tackling, holding firm. Hull move it to the left. Loop movement there. Gary Diverty trying to get his backs going. It's the last tackle now of this set of 6 for Hull. Look for the kick upfield. Back to Gary Pearce. Tactical kick. Centre field. But it goes dead. Runs directly dead. Saints to restart with a 25-yard tap. Sean Allen. First man, Les Quirk. Coming in field, paceman Quirk, just looking to try and break that tackle, but Luluai holds firm. Tony Burke now, coming in, shoulder down, but Steve Crooks well into it. Ex-Hull KR prop, this Crooks. Come across the town here. Used to play for KR, as I said, but he's here, and a firm favourite with the Boulevard crowd. Sean Allen, acting half-back, bringing it to his right. Neil Holding, lofted past there. Paul Loughlin takes it well, stretches his legs. Andy Platt on his inside. Pushes one tackle off Loughlin, but Dane O'Hara comes back and completes the tackle. Barry Ledger attacks it half-back, and Ledger's coming in field. Neil Holding now, sees the gap, trying to scoot through, feeds it back to Paul Farber, takes it well. But Saints up at the Hull side, but Hull have been penalised. Well, he's penalised Paul Fletcher, I think it is, the full-back for Mountain. He's up there behind the 25, but play was 10 yards outside the 25. So whatever, yes, he's speaking to Paul Fletcher, indicating mouthing, doing that mouthing sign. So obviously Paul Fletcher not keen on the decision that referee Whitfield was ruling. So it's Paul Loughlin's chance. Centre field, less than 25 yards out, centre field to put Saints further ahead. 7 minutes into the second half. Gary Pearce had a chance at the opposite end just a few minutes earlier to reduce Hull's deficit, but now it's Paul Loughlin's chance to extend the Saints lead. Lining up, centre field. Well, strokes it to the left. Certainly not been Paul Loughlin's night. Shouldn't miss with these penalty kick conversions, not from a distance like that, and a player of Loughlin's capabilities. But that's how it goes. All points are crucial. Saints are winning by 16 points to 8, but it could count at the end. Hull drop out. Vivas takes it on the run, excuse me. Brought down less than 10 yards short of the halfway line. Sean Allen onto Tony Burke. Runs right into Steve Crooks and Sean Patrick. Crooks trying to wrench the ball out of Burke's grip. Can't do so. Saints bring it blindside. Haggerty. Short ball to Andy Platt. Does well to take it there, Andy Platt. Sean Allen at dummy half. Onto Paul Farber. Streaking upfield. The Saints certainly looking very lively when they get into Hull FC territory. They're in Hull 25. Quick hands. Haggerty tries to flick it out, but it goes right into Steve Crooks' hands. It's Hull in possession. 10 yards outside their own 25. Moving it to the right. Alan Tomlinson. Mark Bailey quickly in at the tackle with Mark Elia. Hull bring it to the left very quickly, looking for the overlap. They break the tackle. Loose ball. Haggerty kicks it on, picks it up, feeds inside to Barry Ledger. Well, a knock on being rude, but no knock on there. Very bad decision there, in my opinion. The ball coming off the Hull man, Roy Haggerty, kicking it along, picking it up, took the tackle, fed inside to Barry Ledger, but a knock on being ruled. Another 6 points would have gone a begging there for Saints. It's Saints head and ball. I think Neil Holding has the ball, so I don't know what. No, it's changed his mind. Hull. Well, that never went in the pack. Referee wasn't looking, but Hull come up with the ball. So obviously he's given Roy Haggerty has knocked on, but no way Roy Haggerty knocks on there. Fletcher linking up, flicks it to his left. Hull very crisp. quick play the ball. Both teams playing good rugby in this second half. Quick hands and certainly looking to play open rugby. Hull trailing 16 points to 8. Alan Tomlinson now on the far side. Patrick at dummy half. Hull bringing it to the left. Gary Pearce looking for the gap, tries to scoot through. Solid tackling there. Haggerty well in, right in the thick of things. Roy Haggerty brings him down. Fletcher, I think that is it, moving up to the acting half-back, onto McCaffrey. Short ball there to John Sharp. Beavers takes him, McCaffrey follows up. Solid tackling, the ball's loose, O'Hara has it. It's the last tackle for Hull. Good enterprising play there. Possibly could have made more of it, but solid Saints tackling. Gary Pearce lofts her high up and under. Taken by Barry Ledger. But as under the new ruling with the high up and under the bomb, if it's taken in the end goal area, it's a restart with a 25-yard tap. Quick play there, Mark Elia coming in as first receiver. Obviously Saints looking for some quick pace, tried to take the Hull team off guard. They didn't do so, they got back and completed the tackle. But Troy Haggerty now in possession for Saints, brought down 5 yards short of the halfway line. Saints moving it to the left, Stuart Evans. Big bullocking run from Evans, going up centre field. Sean Allen takes it to the left. Tony Burke still going, looking to feed inside, can't release. Solid tackling from Hull. Well, a penalty there, Hull moving up very quickly. Hussein Mbaki, I think he's over there. He's held his hands up, but whoever it was, Saints have been awarded the penalty. Infringement at the play of the ball. Neil Holding kicks for touch and finds touch just short of the Hull 25. Stuart Evans now in possession, but Hull penalised again for moving up too quickly at the play of the ball. So a kickable chance, but I think Saints will elect for a quick tap. Neil Holding moving up for the quick tap. Tony Burke coming in, first man, still going, driving towards the line. Burke brought down 10 yards short. Neil Holding, acting halfback. Stuart Evans on the drive upfield, solid tackling. 4-7's back, 3-man Hull tackle, force him back. Saints now, bring it in field, Neil Holding. On to Roy Haggerty. Holding of the ball knocked out of his hands, Haggerty tidied up. Tried to come cross field, but Hull moving up very quickly. Hull penalised. Oh, beg your pardon. Saints penalised. Saints penalised for mouthing, and referee Whitfield brings Hull upfield. They're getting a penalty. Hull on their own 25. I didn't know whether he had initially penalised Hull, but one of the Saints players obviously saying something, and Hull awarded the penalty. Gary Pearce kicks upfield, finds touch just inside the Saints half. Sean Patrick quickly up there, plays it to himself, drives upfield. Loughlin and Burke in at the tackle, Dane O'Hara at dummy half. On to Alan Tomlinson, feeds it inside to Steve Crooks, feeds it back to Sean Patrick, but Paul Farber well positioned. Drops on that loose ball, Saints back in possession. Blindside, Stuart Evans, inside to Barry Ledger, takes it well, still going Ledger. If he evades the tackle there, he must be through. Well, solid tackling from Hull, he's lying on in the tackle, John Sharp. But unlucky there, Barry Ledger, just brought down by that John Sharp tackle. Mark Bailey bursting through. Brought down midway between the Hull 25 and the halfway line. Saints on the attack, Neil Holding from the acting halfback, tries to scamper through, loses his footing and just brought down on the 25. Saints still driving forward, making ground at every move, but it is the last tackle now. Is it coming back for a drop goal? The ball to Andy Platt. Yes, he's having a go for drop goal. No goal. Certainly well worth a go when you're up there in the 25, putting pressure on the whole outfit. But Referee Whitfield bringing out Roy Haggerty. And also Steve Crooks. Obviously tempers must have been getting a little frayed. He's having a word with them over something. Well, play will restart now on the 25, a Hull tap. Patrick plays it on to Alan Tomlinson. All in possession. No score in the second half so far. 15.5 minutes gone. I think the ball's with McCaffrey there, jinking, bobbing and weaving, looking for the way through, but neither side have been able to penetrate the defences. But Hull awarded another penalty there, so it's moving up too quickly. Always a difficult tie when you hear at Hull, irrespective of whether you play in the afternoon or with the rearranged fixture on the evening, as we've had here tonight. Got a penalty awarded there for Saints, encroaching at the play of the ball, moving up too quickly. Gary Pearce is going to have a go for goal. He's centre field, he's 45 yards out. Reduce Hull arrears to 6 points if he's successful, but the kicker's certainly not been on target tonight. Here's Pearce lining up. Looks to have got the distance, but it's to the left. Well, the ball going dead, so Hull are going to retain position, or I should say regain possession. Saints forced to drop out from the 25. Phil Beavers with the ball in his hands. Lofted kick from Beavers, taken by Fletcher. Drives up centre field. Only a little lad, this Fletcher, but he's certainly a wiry character. So Hull now in possession. Steve Crooks. Well, in the 64-2 battering that Hull received at Nosey Road. If you'll, all you Saints speckies will remember, it was Saints standoff Shane Cooper. Scored 6 tries in that match, equalling the try-scoring record. Moving him up with the immortals of Wellaby, Llewellyn, Tom Van Vollenhoven and Frank Myler. But Hull awarded another penalty in rapid succession. And Gary Pearce is going to have a go for goal again. He's less than 35 yards out, just to the left of the post this time. Not been very successful tonight, just kicked 2, converted Tim Wilby's try in the 10th minute, then converted a penalty award in the 18th minute, and that's Hull's only points, the 8 points. But he's here lining up again now. Pearce looks to the right this time. No goal. Quite a still evening here. It's been a great day all day over at St Helens. It's certainly been good travelling up the M62 this evening, but a very still night, but the goal kicker's well off form. Phil Beavers now, he's going to drop out. Lofts it high, centre field. Gary Pearce takes it, feeds on to Dane O'Hara. Going centre field, brought down just short of the halfway line. Dane O'Hara, James Luluai and Fred O'Coy. Hull's trio signed shortly after the 1980 Kiwis tour of Great Britain. Certainly been good servants to the Hull club. Both Hull clubs not having the best of fortunes lately. Obviously 2 teams to be feared in the early 80s. But money troubles and internal wrangles, Hull having to sell some of the prize players, as we know, Lee Crooks and Gary Schofield going over to Leeds. But Leeds haven't been having the best of fortunes either. It's Hull losing possession and Barkey kicking through. Beavers dropping on it and Saints are in possession. Big Stuart Evans has possession now, finally allowed to get up and play the ball. Saints moving to the left. Tony Burke. Halfway through the second half, no scoring in this second half. Change of direction inside to Andy Platt. Still going Platt on the break, pushing him off at will. Finally brought down by McCaffrey. Allowed to play the ball. Loughlin plays it to the left. Quick hand from the Saints. Spreading it from right to left. Neil Holding, cross-field rubber. Is it going to run dead? I think it's just going to bounce in field. Yes, Hull have to play it. Eastwood has to play it. Saints move over quickly to complete the tackle, but he gets outside his own in-goal area, but it forces Hull back. Saints being penalised yet again by referee Whitfield for offside at the play of the ball. Hull with the best of the penalties, 5-2 in this second half. And Hull kick upfield for the added yardage. Saints moving up very quickly. Something they should have done against Leeds on Sunday. Certainly referee MacDonald not on Sunday against Leeds, not giving one penalty for an offside decision throughout the whole match. But it's Hull now, centre field. Patrick at dummy half. Hull's moving it to the right. McCaffrey onto Fletcher. Evades one tackle, he comes cross field. Les Quirk chases him, finally bounces him to ground, virtually on the halfway line. Hull now onto Tomlinson. Saints getting in there in numbers. 2-3 man Saints tackle, force him back. And Hull now moving it to the left. Saints penalised yet again for offside. Well, he's coming over here, he looks right at Neil Holding. Pearce steps up, finds touch just inside the Saints 25. This partisan Tripnistan crowd getting behind the Hull outfits. Dane O'Hara going crossfield, runs right into Andy Platt and Mark Bailey. Bring him down with a solid tackle. Tomlinson now. Land move from Hull, but Saints defence holds out firm. Steve Crook, solid tackle there, that's Andy Platt, you can bet. In with the shoulder and bounces him down. Yes, there it is, solid tackle from Platt. Hull spreading it left, Wilby throws it anywhere. Saints come up with the ball. The peg 10 yards from their own line. They are in possession, they've got to drive forward and try and drive out. Hull this time penalised for moving up too quickly. So a chance for Saints to put a relieving kick over to the touchline. Paul Loughlin finds touch 5 yards outside, I beg your pardon, 10 yards outside his own 25. Sean Allen, first man in, Stuart Evans, head down, drives forward. Sean Patrick and Alan Tomlinson, yes, Alan Tomlinson in with the tackle. Roy Haggerty now. Saw the gap, tried to go through, put on an extra turn of pace, but solid tackling from Hull, hold firm. Andy Platt taking it over to the Saints left wing. Speed partnership of Mark Elia and Les Quirk, but they've not had a lot to do tonight. Loop movement with Bailey and Holding. Bailey nearly got through. Brought down 10 yards short of the halfway line. Back to Vevers. Crossfield. Neil Holding. Solid tackle. It's the last tackle. From Barker comes in there and tackles Holding. Loughlin now. Kicks it over for touch. Is it going to go in on the full? Yes, it does bounce in field. Good kick from Paul Loughlin under a lot of pressure. After a sloppy scrum, just tidied up 2 scrums to 0 in the second half. Fletcher coming through, runs right into Les Quirk after Phil Vevers had stopped him. McCaffrey at dummy half. The ball back to Pearce. A chip kick upfield. It finds touch. It's obviously a good positional kick in there from Pearce. He saw Quirk had moved from his left wing berth and come in field after just completing that tackle. Neil Holding had to go back over there onto the left wing, but he couldn't stop the ball going into touch. He finds touch on the Saints 25. It's a scrum down. It's Neil Holding to feed. It's on the Saints 25. Saints come up with the ball. Neil Holding on the break. Unlucky, just couldn't get away there. Saints first scrum that of the second half after 25 minutes. As we know, after Sunday, Neil Holding, he went in for his hat-trick. A superb 75-yard scamper right up the blind side from the base of the scrum. couldn't get away that time. Saints are still in possession, brought down midway between the Saints 25 and the halfway. Phil Beavers, Mark Elia comes up at dummy half, he nearly breaks through Elia. Just brought down by Tim Wilby, I think. No. Yes, Tim Wilby it was. Haggerty now, trying to flick onto Evans, he does so. Lovely short ball onto Stuart Evans there, and Saints moving up to the Hull 25. It's the last tackle of this set of 6. Saints bringing it to the right. Neil Holding. Lofton up and under, all on. Phil Beavers well up there. Gathers the ball, it's the last tackle. Onto Andy Platt. Saints must be in here. Yes. Platt shows the dummy with a 2-man overlap on his right with Ledger and Loughlin. But Platt goes infield. He touches down for the first score of this second half in the 26th minute. And Andy Platt going over for his second try of the night. And his 8th of the season. And much to the displeasure of the partisan Hull crowd, but a brilliant move there from Saints on the 6th tackle, and the ball lofted up. Phil Beavers well underneath it. He gathered that ball, he quickly spread it out to Andy Platt on the right, on Beavers' right. And Beavers had Platt had an overlap of Loughlin and Ledger on his right, but he showed the dummy. The Hull man took it, and Platt touchdown 10 yards in. A brilliant try to extend Saints' lead to 20 points to 8 with a difficult conversion attempt from Paul Loughlin. Only kicked 2 tonight. Let's just hope he's found a bit of form. Loughlin now lining up. Kick 95, 96 this season. Difficult kick, but it looks good. He lofts it in. No, it goes across the face of the goal, but the score, a superb score here at the Boulevard. 20 points to Saints, 8 points to Hull. Just 12 minutes of the game remaining, and I certainly can't see Hull coming back from this deficit. Hull making a substitution now. Number 14, Paul Wellham, coming on for number 4, James Luluai. So it's Hull to kick off after that Andy Platt try. Andy Platt gathers the ball, drives upfield, breaks one tackle, just brought down. Good play from this international packman from Saints, Andy Platt. Crooks and Sharp complete the tackle on him. The ball going now to Paul Farber. A 12-point cushion for Saints. And the way Saints have been playing in the last 3 or 4 games, it's certainly a welcome sight to be 12 points in front at the Boulevard. Hull certainly with the tails up with 4 good wins against Halifax, Wigan, Hull, KR and Leeds, all top sides. Loughlin breaking through, diagonal run, centre field, approaching the halfway line, still stood up. The ball coming back, tidied up by Paul Farber. All on, being ruled by referee Whitfield. Is he going to wave the tackle count off, or don't know whether he did hit a Hull man. Saints are still in possession, they take it blindside. Roy Haggerty lurking over there on the left wing. Slips a lovely ball out. Plenty of Hull tacklers over there on the main stand side. Holding. Grubbers to touch, doesn't find touch. I think it's Paul Eastwood, well positioned, but Evans sprints up, tremendous pace from Saints prop forward Evans, temporarily stops him. Hull force back. They're brought down midway between their own 25 and the halfway. They spread it out to the tackle very quickly. Paul Fletcher moving up, linking up with his backs. Mbaki, crossfield of Moroccan descent, this lad Mbaki. Certainly puts everything into it. McCaffrey. Diverty. Not been in the fray much this second half, Gary Diverty. McCaffrey now, blindside. On to Dane O'Hara, he has to come infield. Not much room for him over here. the last tackle for Hull. Ball with McCaffrey now. Lofts are high up and under. Phil Beavers well under it. Takes it safely, under a lot of pressure. Beavers beats 2 tackles, drives towards the 25. Brought down 5 yards short. 10 minutes of this game remaining. Hull trailing by 20 points to 8. Sean Allen coming through there, I think, is it? Yeah, Sean Allen, so he's took a knock on the head. Passing the ball over to Neil Holding, and he's forced back onto his own 25. Paul Wellham, one of the tacklers in there. The penalty going Hull way. The Hull man lying all over Neil Holding. Number 15, Alan Tomlinson. But I don't know how he works that out. Hull awarded the penalty. That's certainly one out of the top drawer, that Mr. Whitfield. Patrick restarts with a tap on the 25 from that penalty award. The Neil Holding being alleged to have infringed at that tackle. Paul Wellham now for Hull in possession. Short ball. Hull keep it going. Crooks, I think it is. But Hull approaching the Saints line for the first time anywhere near this Saints line. McCaffrey looking to go through, flicks it back inside to Steve Crooks. He keeps the ball going. It's kicked back. Picked up by Paul Wellham. Drives for the line. Must be brought down inches short. First bit of pressure from this Hull outfit in the second half. The ball being forced back. All on. Stuck to Saints player, I think. Yes. Referee Whitfield waves the tackle count clear. But Hull being forced back. And now coming crossfield. Paul Eastwood. Solid run from this lad. Speedy character. Hull wants a quick play the ball. Driving towards the line. Saints tacklers come up, holding firm, forcing back. But it's Hull with all the pressure. Long play the ball coming back. Givety, I think that is, driving upfield. Hull wants a quick play the ball. He's feigning, but a loose pass. Gary Pearce takes it down. Well, 6 tackles and they've been forced back 10 yards there. The last tackle for Hull. Givety chips through. Beavers gathers it safely. Givety follows him up, brings him down. The Saints going to be forced to drop out from underneath their own posts. The 6 minutes of the game remaining. Saints in a 20 points to 8 commanding lead. Neil Holding to drop out from under, in between his own posts. Paul Fletcher takes it on the full. Feeds it inside to John Sharp coming through at pace. But Loughlin, Bailey and Andy Platt bring him down onto Tim Wilby. Bringing it blindside. O'Hara on his outside, but Wilby does well, holds onto that ball. Saints trying to wrench it from his hands. John Sharp, Steve Crooks looking to turn round and feed back. Crooks, who's taking 2 and 3 Saints men, looking to feed it back, but no support from the Hull outfit. McCaffrey now, loose ball, tried to feed it inside, but I think it's Givety that coming through and tidying up. Sustained Hull pressure, about 16, 18 tackles they've had here. Loose ball, Saints have it, I think. Yes, referee Whitfield comes on the Hull side, so after some sustained pressure, Stuart Evans does well there, has to take this ball. Hull forwards coming quickly and try to force him back towards his own line. Awkward ball to take there from Evans. Haggerty now. Still going Haggerty. Lovely ball there onto Mark Elia. And back he tidies up. Elia is still stood up. Still going Elia. Tremendous run from this man. Unlucky there, they just grabbed him by his shorts. He came through at pace and virtually on his own line. He's brought down on the halfway line. Certainly knocked the stuffing out of Hull that. Neil Holding sees the gap, going through, lofts it left, feeds it inside to Burke, but the ball going off his knees. going down to ground. Quick work there, Holding bursting through. He fed it inside to Andy Platt. Andy Platt is trying to feed it on to Tony Burke, but uncharacteristically of Tony Burke lately he knocks it on. A scrum down ruled 10 yards outside the Hull 25. It's Hull head and ball. Hull tidy up. That's 3-1 on the scrum count in the second half. But Saints doing well there. They withstood 18 tackles virtually on their own line. It's all in possession, the 10 yards short of the halfway. There's just 4 minutes of actual playing time remaining. Umbake shows the dummy, tries to go through. Mark Bailey and Neil Holding bring him down. Tim Wilby at dummy half. Steve Crooks, crossfield, Gary Pearce tries to duck under Roy Haggerty, but he comes back in field, runs right into Stuart Evans and Andy Platt. Last tackle for Hull. McCaffrey take it crossfield. Les Quirk takes it well, one-handed. Comes crossfield, Quirk. Had very little to do this second half. Most of the play being centre field. And Tony Burke stood up in the tackle, well being forced down, all on being ruled. 3 men round him, as a rule the referee shouts hell, but they make their own decisions these days, don't they? Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't, but all on ruled. Hull drop on the ball, it's spread quickly over to the right. Hossein Umbake, the right centre, brought down on the far side. Hull trying to spread it quickly, but Saints defence certainly held tight tonight. McCaffrey, little chip forward. Andy Platt quickly down on it, an awkward ball. It did bounce back and towards the Hull players. And Tim will be moving up very quickly, but Platt went down very bravely. Beavers from dummy half. Shows the dummy, drives upfield, gains a valuable 10 yards. Saints just calming it down now. Time running out for Hull. 2 minutes of time remaining. Farber plays it to himself, drives upfield, still going forward, builds up out of speed, feeds inside to Mark Bailey. Forward pass being ruled, but good play from Farber. Solid play from this Saints second rower. Played it to himself, drove upfield. Scrum down, 10 yards. 10 yards in the Hull half. They peel the ball, and Fletcher linking up with his backs, takes it right to Umbake. But solid tackling from the Saints over on the Elia and Quirk. Bottle him up. Hull bringing it centre field. Lofted ball, tidied up by the Hull backs. Saints moving up very quickly as Hull spread it to the left. Gary Pearce, Tim Wilby, on to Dane O'Hara, but Neil Holding has him. And Barry Ledger round the bottom, Neil Holding round the top. Brilliant tackling from Saints. The tackling's been the name of the game tonight. They certainly held out as Hull kicked back upfield. It's going to run, yes. Phil Beavers just taken off guard there. A rare moment tonight for Beavers. He had to turn round. He couldn't stop the ball going into touch 5 yards from the Saints line. But it is Saints head and ball. About 30 seconds of normal time remaining. 20 points to 8 in Saints' favour. Just one try in the second half. That's the only score in a 26-minute Andy Platt try. Saints come up with the ball. Tidied up by Barry Ledger. It's only Saints' second scrum of the second half. But Saints immediately lose possession. What's Hull back? Gary Pearce, change of direction. Sean Patrick at dummy half, taking it right to Gary Diverty. Brought down centre field, solid tackling. There's the final hooter. So the full-time score here at the Boulevard. Saints running out winners by 20 points to 8. 16 points to 8, half-time lead for the Saints, with tries from Andy Platt, Phil Vevers and Mark Elia, 2 Lachlan conversions. 16 points to 8 at half-time, and just in the second half, as I just said, that Andy Platt try in the 26th minute, sealing it. So a very welcome win here at the Boulevard. So on behalf of Mike on video, myself Ron Hoof, your cameraman Brian Pears, I bid you farewell from the Boulevard, and we look forward to seeing you at Nosey Road for the final league fixture in this season's campaign versus Swinton. The Saints player's hands, he just couldn't capitalise on the loose ball. It's holding possession. Brought down just short of the halfway, 5 yards short of halfway line. Sean Patrick, I think it is, attacked in half-back. Oh, moving it, John Carroll. Lofty pass, Elia intercepts. Well, nobody's going to catch Elia there. Going in at the left corner, 5 yards infield. Interception try there from Mark Elia. Brilliant play from this international Kiwi centre. He saw the pass from John Carroll.